Glitches be bitches. When is it a Facebook problem? You can actually go into everyone should set up two-factor authentication on their Facebook accounts and their Instagram accounts. With this, then the hacker can't get into your account. Happy days. The issue with this is that I cannot believe Facebook actually does this. Do not click on any links that come from Meta, Facebook, or any derivative. Facebook, Meta, Instagram, whatever. They look so real, they're so good. Never click on any links, even if it is real, because... Hi, I'm Kerry Fitzgibbon, an ADHD fempreneur, multiple seven-figure business owner, and Facebook marketing ninja. Together, let's unleash AI-powered Facebook marketing to take your business from best-kept secret to the top of your niche and beyond. Glitches be bitches. When is it a you problem or when is it a Facebook problem? When the glitches happen, and they can happen pretty much every day inside Meta, one of the things that you need to realize is that if you are sitting down to run an ad inside Facebook and you have been running ads, let's just say for a while, and you know what, I'm pretty quick at running ads, be prepared to triple the time it will take to set up that ad, right? Because of all the problems and glitches and things that happen inside Facebook. Quite often, nothing is smooth sailing. And often I'm talking to my clients and they will say things like, Kerry, how the hell do people do this thing without someone like you in their team? And that is actually 100% correct, because I'm in ads all day, every day. Me and my team, we run Facebook ads for clients. We teach clients how to do Facebook ads as well. So we're inside the Meta platform every single day. And I cannot tell you of late, especially in the last few months, of any day where it's been completely smooth sailing. Now, on one hand, you might be thinking, then why the hell do you bother? Well, because it makes so much money. Okay, so you actually have to get through these things. So what I know now is, especially of late, and so what happens in Meta is that it's changing all the time, as we all know. They are making updates. They are also simultaneously running hundreds of different interfaces as well. And so you've got this big beast of thousands or hundreds of thousands of moving parts. And so whenever they decide, I'm going to make one of those updates that I love to make, then things glitch. It's as simple as that. And they've been doing some massive updates, especially with AI lately. They've started introducing AI more and more and more into the platform. As that's happened, other things have fallen apart. And it's, unfortunately, to the detriment of us, of small business owners trying to make money on the platforms. If there's a known issue, you can actually go into metastatus.com. Metastatus.com. We'll leave the link in the show notes so you can check it out. So the first thing you can do is go in and check and see whether there's a known issue in there. I'll just give you an example, for instance. So I was holding a one-day Facebook ads intensive for my clients just a few weeks ago. So this is a day where my high-level clients, we get together and I go in and we do a whole big Facebook ads intensive. We set up ads and funnels and conversions and whatever else in there. We've gone in to do this day and no one can log into their accounts. The accounts are they've been logged out and no one can log in. One of my clients at the time said, oh my goodness, Kerry, I think I've been hacked. And so we went and looked and we checked metastatus.com and realized there was a worldwide outage. Okay. So those things can happen. They're not common, but they can happen, and they've started to happen a little bit more often. So you know when that's a glitch because you actually can't get into your account or you can't do things. But there's other little annoying things. Like, for instance, I'll give you one that's just frustrating me, and I spent hours on the weekend trying to work this one out. And so I'm going to share it with you so you don't have to. So if you have a Shopify store and you are setting up the Facebook pixel inside your Shopify store so that you can track people that come to your shop. So you can track ads to cart, page views, purchases, and so on. So you can optimize your ads. So if you're doing this for the first time and you don't have the integration already, you go into Ads Manager, you go into the Event Setup tool, and you can do a thing called partner integration. So you can actually click to integrate it through the Shopify platform. You log into your Shopify platform and you give it the Pixel ID number. Happy days. It does its thing, boom, integrated pixels there, happy days. Except it's not at the moment. Now, this might change, and at the time of filming this podcast, this is the case, is that you'll go back and you'll have a look and you'll try and set up events and it will say, no pixel detected on website. And you're like, You go back to Shopify, you'll see little green button saying, this is the pixel is on the website. You go back to Facebook, no pixel detected. You'll go into the Pixel Helper, so you can download a Facebook Pixel Helper from Chrome, and it just shows whether there's pixels on website, and it's showing no metadata. So I did this over and over and over again. I spent hours on this. I was wondering what was wrong with me. I was Googling, I was searching, I was doing all this sort of stuff. No information at all about this known issue, known glitch. I went and I contacted my Facebook rep. This is over a weekend when I should be sipping wine and relaxing. And I've spoken to my Facebook rep, chatting for about half an hour. And I'm pretty sure it's AI, but it goes same stuff. We really want to help you. Let's jump onto a call so I can help you with this on a call, Kerry. Okay, so I've jumped on a call. We've spent a couple of hours. So now I've spent 3 hours, an hour with the rep, no solution. I've gone to Shopify, which I probably should have gone to first, and they said, oh, yes, it's a known issue. You need to add the pixel code to the Shopify theme as well. So if this is you and you're setting up your Shopify store for the very first time and you're having these issues with the integration, so if this is still happening whenever you listen to this podcast, and it could be not when this is happening, then you need to grab the full code. You need to go to your Shopify. You need to go into the theme settings and then set up the code in the theme settings, right? So, and then voila, it's done. So hopefully I've saved people hours. But one of the things that I don't understand is that there's actually no information on this. Facebook didn't even know itself yet. It is a known issue in the Shopify world. So perhaps I was asking the wrong people by the sound of things. So that's one of the known issues in the Shopify world. Now, another issue, which is quite frustrating for people, is when you set up an ad inside Facebook, sometimes when you go to publish the campaign, so you've got a campaign with some ad sets and some ads, you go to publish it and it will say publishing 1 of 3 or 1 of 5. And then it'll go 1 of 5, 1 of 5. And it's not, that's the status bar on the publishing doesn't move. And it sits at 1 or 2 of whatever the number is, okay? And it doesn't move. And you're sitting there and you're like, is it slow internet? What's going on? Why won't it publish? And you're waiting. So you want to give that one maybe a minute at the most, because it usually publishes pretty quick. It depends on how many ads and campaigns you've got. A minute, maybe 2 minutes at the most, sitting with the status bar not moving. If this happens to you, the solution for this one is to actually go and refresh the page. Now, when you go to refresh the page, it will say, are you sure you want to do this? You're going to lose all your data. You go, yes, I'm sure, and you refresh the page. It'll go back. You don't lose any data. You push publish again, and it publishes, okay? Known glitch happening for the last couple of years. I've had clients sitting there tearing their hair out because they can't publish their ads, and that is all it is, okay? So if in doubt and your ads won't publish, just push the refresh button and then go push publish again. You don't actually lose any of your data. Also with that one though as well, if you do actually genuinely have a really glitchy ad account, and you can usually tell because it's glitchy all the time, there is 3 buttons in the top of your campaign and you can reset your ad account. It's on the top right hand side. on your dashboard, there's 3 little buttons. You can click that and reset your ad campaign. I suggest you might want to do that if it's known glitchy outside of some of the things I'm talking about today. So actually, just going back also, one of the things I've been thinking about with the pixel, if you've got a pixel on your website and you know you've got that pixel on your website and you go and add other pixels on your website. So one of the ones that we have seen lately is if people add a Pinterest pixel on their website at the same time as having a Facebook pixel on the website, sometimes it knocks out the Facebook pixel. So the Facebook pixel detaches. So this has happened quite a few times with clients, and we'll go to their website knowing they've had a pixel on there and the pixel's gone. And we've said, did you load a Pinterest or have you got a Pinterest pixel on there? And most of the time they have, which has knocked it out. So that's another glitch that happens at times. So do keep checking if your pixel's on your website, because sometimes it can just literally disappear, which is super frustrating because then you're not capturing the data. Okay, so now other glitches, actually there is one that's happening again at the moment where you've gone and you've set up a campaign. And the campaign's all cool. And then you've gone to duplicate an audience. And the second audience inside the same campaign comes up with an error message. And the error message is objective not meeting creative. And then you go, So you refresh and it keeps on saying objective not meeting creative. That is actually a known glitch, the objective not meeting creative. So the solution for getting that error message about objective not meeting creative is actually essentially deleting that ad set and duplicating it again. And then it might fix. If that doesn't happen, then actually duplicating the whole campaign and starting again. Some of these little things, they are just there to absolutely test us. Now, this is a big one, this glitch that it's so big it's actually, I guess, caused businesses a lot of stress. And it appears that Meta is not doing much about it. And it is the 2-factor code not coming through. So in order to avoid being hacked, everyone should set up 2-factor authentication on their Facebook accounts and their Instagram accounts. The good thing about that is that if someone tries to hack your account or log into your account, it will send through a code to either your email, your phone, or your authenticator app by rights. So with this, then the hacker can't get into your account. Happy days. The issue with this is that sometimes the code doesn't come through and never comes through. So you can't get back into your account. So I've had clients or people locked out of their accounts because the code has not come through. And the solution, unfortunately, is to send a code to the place that you're not getting the code. Now, there's meant to be other options. If you can't log in, choose some alternative option, but then sometimes it doesn't come up with it. So this is a massive, massive problem inside Facebook that I believe they really need to look at because it's causing a lot of stress with people, business owners and so on. And like I said, I've had people that have never been able to get into their accounts. There's nothing that's working, or people that can't, and then, a year later something else happens and they can. With that in mind, actually just recently I had a new staff member, and she had not set up 2-factor authentication on her business manager, which you need to set it up in your account, and you also need to set it up inside Business Manager if you're running a business in Facebook, which you all should. Now, she'd never set one up before. So this is another glitch. Facebook said, okay, can you set up an authenticator app? So she went to set up her authenticator app, and it did not give her, the SMS wasn't sending, the email wasn't sending. The only option she had was authenticator app. She didn't have the other options because they were not sending. It asked for the authenticator app, and then when she scanned the QR code to match the authenticator app, put the code in, it said, sorry, you haven't used this authenticator app for a while. So essentially they didn't approve the Authenticator app. So we're just going to wait till you've used it a bit more until we grant you permission to use the Authenticator app. That's essentially what they were saying. And we're sitting there going, so she couldn't put the Authenticator app into Facebook unless they saw more action on the said app that they were not letting her use. Enough to drive you, pull your hair out, I can tell you now. We did find a workaround. I can't remember exactly what the workaround was. I think we went into another browser and tried a few other things. And the next day, we couldn't use the Authenticator app though. The next day she was able to use the Authenticator app. Yay! So you can understand, like, people get super, super frustrated with this stuff, and I don't blame them at all. Okay. So the other thing, oh my goodness, this one here is I cannot believe Facebook actually does this, right? I cannot believe that this is a thing. So when you're running an ad in Facebook and you put in some primary text, some copy for the ad, Facebook will come up with AI suggestions now. So it'll give you, hey, here's about 5 or 6 AI suggestions. So you can tick to choose one of the AI, selections that Facebook's come up with, or you don't tick it, right? So I decided to start playing with this because, that's what I do. I split test, so I can give you guys the best information. So with 3 of my ads in the past few weeks, I selected to choose the Facebook AI copy. On all 3 ads, 2 of them I could see, obviously, I was thinking that these go against terms of service, but Facebook's suggesting it. It's their AI, tick, tick. And of course, those ads were not approved, right? So the ads copy, AI copy that Facebook told me to use was not approved. So another glitch, be aware, come up with your own copy through ChatGPT or however you're going to write that, and then, layer it in yourself and things like that. And be aware of the copy that Facebook actually comes up with because, it could be flagged. It was the same as years ago. Facebook used to allow us to use Shutterstock images inside the Facebook platform. And so you could select whatever Shutterstock or stock image you wanted, and then they would disapprove the image that they had suggested that you use. So it's the same thing. So be aware of that AI copy. It's kind of like a glitch realistically because it's suggesting the copy and then not approving the copy. So as soon as I switched off their copy, it was approved. Happy days. Thank you very much, Facebook. So now this one here is probably for a bit more advanced, but if you are using tools like ManyChat to be able to capture your leads, people that interact with your posts, people that click on your ads, it opens up in Messenger. So the app that we use is ManyChat. So recently what happened is that ManyChat changed the coding on it. So you used to have to grab a JSON code, so this bit of code, and then integrate it with your ad to be able to have an ad that opened up in Messenger to collect leads in Messenger. So recently this was changed and they made it super, super easy. You no longer need to grab the code. It just integrates. So you have your ManyChat account, which is attached to your page, which is attached to an ad. That's all inside the metaverse or in Business Manager. So when you go and run your ad and you select your message flow, you select ManyChat, and you expect that the integration is going to happen. Well, recently it hasn't been. It's been saying there's no flow attached, or there's no message, or there's no integration, and there is. So that's a little fun one, because then how do you get ads that open up in Messenger? So that's a relatively new one. The workaround that I did for that one is I just actually literally refreshed, new browsers, refreshed, reset ad account, hopped on one foot, spun around in circles, and after about 3 hours it worked. I think what possibly happened is it worked its way out, but super, super frustrating if that's happened for you. I suggest you just leave it for a little while and then you come back to it later, because some of these things actually do sort themselves out. So one of the other glitches, very common, has been happening for years, and it actually has caused a lot of issues, in my world and in some of my clients' worlds, is ads switching on and switching off all by themselves. So you could have an ad running, it could be performing really, really well, and then all of a sudden it switches off. So although I typically say, don't adjust your ads until after 3 days or so, you should always be, if you're running a campaign in Facebook, you should be checking your ads every day. Check them, make sure they're on, make sure there's nothing dodgy happening with them, to make sure that they're not switched off. And the opposite. If you've got old campaigns sitting in your ad account, there is a possibility at some stage that old campaign might switch itself back on, okay? And if it's old, it's awful because it's not relevant anymore. So be aware of ads switching on and switching off all by themselves, and just keep an eye on your ad account. Literally, it wasn't long ago that Facebook must have gone through and switched on so many old ads of clients. We don't know, another glitch that happened. And people had ads running that they didn't even know because they hadn't run ads for a while. And the only way they actually knew is when they saw the credit card, and then they realized that it's spending. Now, if you've got an old ad campaign that was spending $50 to $100, $200, $300 a day, and it switches back on again and you don't know and you haven't kept an eye on it, then you're going to rack up that money on your credit card. Now, guess what? Do you think Facebook's going to give you the money back? Hell no. Getting money back and refunds on Facebook is extremely difficult. So just be aware of these things. If you've run ads in the past, just make it, either delete them from your ad account so that doesn't happen, disconnect your credit card so it doesn't happen, or keep an eye on your ad account so that this doesn't happen to you, because it can be an expensive problem. So another one that we had recently, and it's happened with a couple of clients, is when we run video view ads, we don't boost the post on the page. We go into Ads Manager and we set up an engagement ad optimized for video views, and then we select a post or video that is on the page. So one of the glitches that's been happening lately is that when you go to select a video that you've posted on the page, it doesn't show up to be able to promote inside Ads Manager. So this, and for whatever reason, we don't know, you can try all sorts of things in there and it doesn't show up. Try to speak to a rep about it. No answers right now. So that's another thing to watch out for. And there's another one, which is if you are hacked. Okay, so unfortunately, hackers are going to hack, and it's happening a lot. And it also, unfortunately, is happening when people do have two-factor authentication on their sites. So they've got an email address, a phone number, or an authenticator app. Unfortunately, it's happening, okay? The best way to protect yourself from those sorts of things, unfortunately, is to pay. So Facebook does have a subscription service where you can subscribe to have better protection and rah-de-rah-de-rah, and get verified and so on. I don't agree with it. I don't think they should have it. I think they should protect people's accounts, but they are a business and they're a multi-million-dollar business, let's face it. And if we're using their platform, essentially we're renting their platform, we have to pay by their rules. So if you do get hacked, and I've seen this happen so many times, is that you can go to a site, to a URL, and this is what they will suggest. It's facebook.com/hacked. And in there, it will say, ask you a few questions. And then it will ask you to verify. It will send you either an SMS, an email, or a code to your Authenticator app. Now, keep in mind, if you've been hacked, they've changed your email address, they've changed your phone number, and they've changed your Authenticator app. In fact, I think the Authenticator app's probably one of the ones they can't necessarily get to, but hackers. So here's what happens. You go to facebook.com/hacked, and then they say, verify your account. We're going to send you an SMS. Well, you can't. That's not my SMS. Oh, we're going to send you an email. No, verify another way. Well, the other way is the hacker's email address. And then they'll say, all right, okay. And then it will go around and around and around circles where you can't get in. And then one of the other funny things, like someone's got a warped sense of humor inside Facebook there, is they'll say, okay, well, go into your account and verify the login that you're trying to log into. Well, if I could get into my account in the first place, I wouldn't be hacked, okay? So that's another big glitch, is the big facebook.com/hacked thing. If you are lucky enough, it will ask you to load up a photo of your ID. Now, in this instance, I would make sure that you have a photo of you on your thumbnail picture. So a photo of you on your thumbnail picture, that the name on your account matches your license or ID. Because they'll ask you to load your ID, or they'll ask you to send in a photo of you. If it can be matched, then what they do is they send you a code. That's an independent code to the email that you give them for that. And then you have to hold up the code and then show them that hands and whatever else and send it through, and you can get it back. But that's if you're lucky, right? The rest of it, it's a glitch. It's very hard to get it back. Now, with that in mind, I just want to share this because obviously there's going to be glitches in Facebook if you're running ads. Are they glitches? Are they not? I hope this has helped a little bit. But one of the things I want to warn you about with hackers, and I know I've spoken about this quite a lot on my socials because there's so many I hear from every day, is Facebook, do not click on any links that come from Meta, Facebook, or any derivative. Facebook, Meta, Instagram, whatever. They look real. They look so real. They're so good. Never click on any links, even if it is real, because everything you can do inside the Meta platform. Facebook generally will never email you to tell you that your page has been, disabled, or warn you, should I say. They won't warn you that your page is in breach, which is one of the common ones. Your page is in breach, click this link. Well, if you click the link, it's a phaser or whatever it is, you'll get hacked, okay? So never click on the link in email, and also ones that come through in Messenger as well. Now, Facebook will send you a message in Messenger, just never, they won't ask you to click on a link. They'll tell you to go into Meta Business Suite, Business Manager, or account activity. So they'll ask you to do something else. They won't ask you to click on links. So if they're going to disable you, if you need to fix any, or if they're going to disable your account because you're in breach, guess what? They're not warning you. It's disabled. So don't click links. Don't get hacked. Watch out for glitches out there, because glitches be bitches. And I've given you some if you want to check whether it's a glitch or a known glitch in that, there's the link in the show notes showing you that. And if this is useful for you, if this has stopped you from tearing out your hair when you're sitting inside Ads Manager, make sure that you give me a 5-star rating for this. Make sure that you subscribe to me on your favorite podcast channel, and follow me on my socials, Facebook, Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube just so I can produce more of this information to help business owners like you succeed in the Facebook marketing game and actually make some money out of it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you for joining me. If this episode helped you get your business one step closer to the top of your niche, then I'd love your support with a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And don't forget to subscribe on your favorite platform too. Don't let your journey end here. Connect with me and my community of like-minded female entrepreneurs at Kerry Fitzgibbon on social platforms. I look forward to helping you build your business.